Hello. It's fun what you can do while playing with the adjustments. Sometimes I think I look better all out of whack than I do just normal. Now, there are people that are going to think I've lost it with this journal that I'm getting ready to record. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing or how I'm going to do it here. But either this journal or the one I recorded after is going to be R-rated for language, severely R-rated. And it's going to be an interesting experience for me to record it. I marked it as, how did I say, possibly private, and but I guess not, you know? Dirty laundry and the rest coming out in the open. So I just wanted to give you that kind of a heads up. I've gone through all kinds of stages and you've been with me. Oh, by the way, this thing is one of those headband deals, but I use it this way a lot of times to hold a crystal over my throat chakra. So that's what that's there for, and I just don't feel like taking it off. All right, so you ought to see me sometimes. I mean, there have been times, I remember one journal I recorded for you guys where I was up in the clouds, but if you could have seen me behind the scenes, I had crystals over every single chakra. It was a hoot. I had a necklace, so that I had one hanging here over the third eye and everything. It was a lot of fun. So you never know, not just one in the hand, but you just never know. I love crystals. Okay, I have talked to you and spoken to you about being with your crap, just sitting with it and allowing it to be. Sometimes that allowing it to be means giving it voice, and I do have some private journals where I just, go off on things. Only this time it looks like one of them is going public. It's called Walking Through Bullshit, My Own. And I'm giving it to you as a gift. For those that are ready and willing to receive it, I'm giving you the warning because some of you don't want to be talked to, don't want to be in the presence of foul language. And that's your right. That totally is. And I really respect that. I do. I mean, I was that way for 98% of my life, And at this point, I don't appreciate casual foul language. It doesn't do anything for me. But this isn't at all casual. This is said with deep meaning and intent, and it's appropriate. It's very, very appropriate to the stuff that I'm working through. And so I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying, you know yourself best. So decide to listen to it or don't. That's totally up to you. I will also say, I frequently mention the journal that I did called Open Letter to Mind. What was the Cloud of Knowing, Open Letter to Mind. And it's the one that has the mantra for mind in it. And the language there is pretty ripe. But again, it's with purpose. I will let you know some behind the scenes info though. I got not exactly booted off of a website, but I got severely disciplined for uploading that journal to a website. So, I guess I can cuss with the best of them. I don't know. I was for so many years Miss Goody Two Shoes, and I would get up on my high horse very easily in the presence of foul language. I considered whoever it was being disrespectful of my presence, and I had too much dignity for that, and thanks but no thanks. I mean, I was there, and I understand anybody coming from anywhere because I've probably been there, if not in this life, then in another one. I'm sure I'm a foul-mouthed sailor in more than just one or two, and so I really, I turned my high horse out to pasture and haven't seen it in a while, I tend not to go riding anymore. At least that's the effort there, okay? Humility is very, very good. And until you've been there and done that, until you've been in someone else's shoes, let's not condemn. Let's not condemn one another. Even if you see, once you have been in someone else's shoes or moccasins, as the original saying is, I believe, you won't condemn because you will understand. Only you'll understand it from within, not like the mind does, but like the heart does. And that's the whole raison d'etre for reincarnation. Hello? You know, we want to understand these things. If you are a light being, sometimes people wonder about the light beings and why they don't come to the rescue, or they seem not to understand us. We are the way we are based on our beliefs. And see, the light beings don't have beliefs like that. They know better. They've gotten beyond that. And so unless they came up through 3D or earthly type incarnations as you and I are, then how are they going to understand? I mean, it's our own personal combination of thoughts, attitudes, ideas, and beliefs that kind of creates the drama around us. And our perspective and our understanding of the world as we look at things. And so, you know, it can be very hard for them, as it is for us, you know, in the highest dimensions where we also exist. You know, that aspect of us probably isn't very good at understanding the foul-mouthed sailor incarnations that I'm floating across the various seas on, in, as, whatever. Okay? So, but I wanted to, well, I'm going to talk for a minute about the victim consciousness. We're all in it. That's the way I'm seeing things right now. Now, that changes daily, almost hourly. Stay tuned. If you don't like this, it'll change to something else. Okay, but right now, the way I see it, to one extent or another, we're all in the victim consciousness. We're angry at being abandoned by our star family, or here in 3D where everything is so harsh, so tremendously harsh, where people haven't got a clue about real love, you know? And even when we try with all of our might, things seem to you know, fall in a mess around our feet, and we get angry, we get tired, frustrated, all the rest of it. Okay, that was interesting. I just recorded an intro to a journal that's going to be R-rated for language, and halfway through the sound dropped out. Now, I'm not sure what made it do that, but call me a stubborn cuss. I'll use the first half, and I'm splicing this on. Okay, so we get frustrated, and the things that we try to do don't always work, don't often work, however it works for you. And so, you know, sometimes we get kind of down over these things. And I think one of the worst things to do is to pretend it's not so. The stiff upper lip thing. That's only okay to a point. It's really, if we're in heart, we're going to be sensitive to how we're feeling. And our emotions are our treasure. They are what connects us with spirit, with spirituality, and with higher dimensions. And so they deserve our attention. And so even though we might do the stiff upper lip thing in the environment where we find ourselves, I do hope that we will find time and space to get into those feelings and to give vent to it, whatever it is, because we deserve that. Those feelings are there, and they deserve to be addressed. Again, I'm going to say, don't take your feelings out on somebody else. If you're angry with a situation or a person or something like that, do this in private. You'll be much better off. You don't realize it in the moment, but they didn't do anything to you. They didn't do anything at all. In your higher self, you set yourself up for this because there was something you needed to see. And whatever it is, the situation is there to help you see it, but you're seeing it about yourself. Now, Dimitri Halley, again, is really good. The observation problem. I went into gales of laughter the other day in one of my recent videos, envisioning this person who's convinced, quite convinced, that I'm a reptilian. And he just knows that he knows it and that he's right. And whatever I said to try to open that door a crack to some other idea, attitude, or opinion wasn't successful. And I was envisioning making a comment to him where I told him about the observation problem and the fact that he was projecting his own substance on me. And wouldn't it be a lark if he found out that in his incarnations, he too has been a reptilian. And that just tickled me until I just couldn't stop laughing. So in the end, life really is funny. We don't see it that way as long as we're too closely identified with it. But this path of heart really is, in spite of the ups and downs and the difficulties and the challenges of it, it's a path of joy and of humor and a very good cheer. So I guess that's enough for now. I do want to say for the other one that I'm going to record, and I'll put this in that one as well, if you have little children around, don't do it. You know, I don't want to be talking like that in front of your little ones. Maybe if you want to, put the headphones on or something. But be respectful of those in your area, as I am respectful of you in giving you this warning. Good day, good Christmas, good New Year. And I record it after is going to be R-rated for language, severely R-rated. And it's going to be an interesting experience for me to record it. I marked it as hello. It's fun what you can do while playing with the adjustments. You know, sometimes I think I look better all out of whack than I do just normal. I've gone through all kinds of stages and you've been with me. Oh, by the way, this thing is one of those headband deals, but I use it this way a lot of times to hold a crystal over my throat chakra. So now there are people that are going to think I've lost it with this journal that I'm getting ready to record. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing or how I'm going to do it here. But either this journal or the one, how did I say, possibly private, and but I guess not, you know, dirty laundry and the rest coming out in the open. So I just wanted to give you that kind of a heads up.